And we're back at our favorite customer, Cheryl. Finally back in the bathroom here. And yeah, you know, it's funny how people, they overdo some things and underdo other things. Something like framing, like on your barn, you know, something important, they underdid. This is ridiculous. How many nails did they put in this thing? It's asinine. I mean, we could have had this off in minutes, but no, they nailed the daylights out of it. Didn't do any good anyway, because the whole thing's all warped anyhow. So it's like, now what'd you say about your stairs? How many nails per tread?
30 per tread.
30 nails per tread for your carpet that they had down on the basement steps.
I didn't even finish it.
Why do I do this for a living? Anyway, we're going to strip this off and get this framed up down here. Let me show you what we got here. All right, so none of this was cut out. This plumbing was hanging down like this guy right here. So it was like that. We want to kind of get it up in, so this is what I ended up doing. I like those little straps that you can put on there that, so that you can't put a screw through the pipe when you're doing drywall. I might cap that with that, but this is holding the pipe up. But I notched this out. I used the multi-tool, and after I took this cap off, I come through at an angle, and I'll show you, and I just chipped it out of there. So let me go ahead and do that. And then I got this mostly go up flat, except for this guy. It's attached to the tub. It won't move up like that one did. Hopefully I can get this up too, because I'm going to use this and cut this and run it down for the toilet. So let's get this tore apart and see if we can get that pushed up. Okay, so I got my little cuts, and that one there, we'll just take the chisel. Well, in this case it's Cheryl's screwdriver, not a chisel, but you'll have to do. Got it. All right, that'll all go up okay. It's just gonna be this one back here, so we'll cut some straps and screw them in there. Well, that's the only problem, child, we have. It's sticking down just a little bit. We may end up furring down this ceiling just a tad, not much, just a little bit. Now these shutoff valves, I'm gonna cut these out, and we're gonna put in probably just do the gator bite ones. Flip them up, and there's access up here if she ever needs to get to the shutoff valves. Then that way those will be neat and clean, and we got all the rest of the garbage that was up here off, all the nails pulled, and it's got all the wire all hanging down, so we got that all straightened around. That fit up pretty nice and high over there on the plumbing, so for the most part it's pretty good and neatened up. I love it. And I'll be ready to just move that ceiling fan, start wiring things up. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay out my base treated wood here on the floor for where the walls are going to go, and that way I can go along, and we're going to go ahead and run the floor leveler. That way when I come back next time, it'll be all ready to roll. We'll be able to just start framing, wiring, plumbing, and get this thing start going together finally. All right, so trying to frame up this room, I just used my square in the corners. About all that more accurate we can get with this place. And so I got that squared up. This corner over here, I had to change it a little bit from my original marks just to get it so that it's all squared up. That wall, I actually had to hedge that out just a little bit to get that squared up. But we have one problem, rough cut lumber. So this one that my hand's on, the bottom runs in. That one over there, the bottom runs way out. So these studs are useless. I'm gonna have to take them out. Anyway, they just kind of toe-nailed them to that beam. So I'll have to tear this out and reframe this wall. It's no good. Oh well, fun, fun, fun. So then I measured for our tub. Everything's real tight here. So we're gonna have a tub from here to here. That's the end of our tub. And then for our toilet, I measured from the center line of that flange how far out the toilet comes this way, because it's going to be sitting this way. So I measured from the wall out, marked it. Now what we're gonna have in here in the center, well, I'll cut this out after we do the floor leveler. This will just be something to hold my floor level in for now. But I'll cut that there and there, and we got two 24-inch doors that'll slide on a barn track. Now, I have the powder actuated tool. This thing for a little guy works really good. We've actually shot the plate right on top of an I-beam, shoot it right into the I-beam. And so I'm really surprised that when I shoot these 3-inch nails, even with number 5, no, those are probably number 4s, but even at that, this concrete, remember, was so thick that it won't shoot it down all the way. I even tried a different colored one and ended up bending them over. So I lined all this up so that I know right where everything's going to be, where my framing's going to be. So I'll keep off of it whenever I frame it. So if the nail sticks up, it's not going to get in my road. So I'm going to do like a framing layout right now, and then I'll finish nailing this off. Monkey there.
Every night I had to
There's our layout all nailed in. It's all good and tight. I mean, even though the nails are sticking up a little bit, but like I said, I made all my little layouts where my studs are going so that I won't hit any of those nails. Well, it may not seem like we got a lot accomplished today, but we did actually. Besides all those million nails on that wall, getting that frame done so that we can pour the self leveler. And we had issues with that. I couldn't find the rake. I didn't bring one. Because we had one here the other day, and now she can't find it, so we had to do this with a shovel. And yeah, I didn't film it because it just went bad. But at any rate, we got that done. But there was also a few other things we had to get accomplished today. I worked on that barn again. There was that other jack post that we didn't get done, so I put the jack post in, got my jack back finally, and a light. There was a light out in the barn, and also the sliding glass door, French doors in the back of our house weren't working right, so I had to adjust those. So I got a few things done, just didn't film a lot today. But at least once we get this stuff set up, I can come back here and get the framing and get actually moving on this thing a lot faster.
1 week later.
Well, here's something that looks totally different. We got a little bit of work done today. All right, had to take the paddles off the ceiling fan. Got our wall put in there. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. Boxed in our plumbing over here, and kind of have like a little wee shelf here. She's got like a stained glass window we're gonna put in there that'll look really cool. And everything's coming out pretty good. We got our tubs basically set. Got everything kind of roughed in there. Idea where all our electric's gonna go with the vent fan and all that stuff. We've got a little bit of room here between the tub and the back wall. So Cheryl, being interesting Cheryl, she decided that she would have a little door on the outside of this wall opening out, and have some shelves here, and then on this side between the wall and here we'll have a couple of shelves. So I'll have to build like a small wall here. We got our shut-off valves tucked up in there, so that's good. Just cap that one off. Or that one cold one line was hanging here. We'll knock that back in the wall. Or no, actually we'll take that down and around over here for the toilet. And anyway, we got a lot done for one day. Not too bad. So that'll have rolling barn doors basically going across that opening. Barn door track, but they're 2 by-4. No, they weren't by-4. French doors. Yeah, they're the French doors. You can see them back there in the corner with the glass. So I think that'll be pretty. So next time we'll get to do some plumbing and electrical and have this all ready to start putting walls on.
Several days later.
And we're back at our favorite customers. Well, remember we had to move this wall back? Well, that caused a problem with the drain. Because it was like here, because that was where we originally thought the wall was. Now I have to cut it, move it back. So I had to dig some more out, chisel a little more concrete out. You know, that's the thing that happens sometimes when you change your plan in midstream. Sometimes it happens. You know, sometimes you don't realize what you have to do. You know, had we known, we could have tore this wall out right from the get-go, which would have been a better option. Sometimes it's just better to rip it out, start fresh. I hate trying to have to work off of old stuff. It's just, if you ever remember watching Mike Holmes, you know, he always tore everything apart. And I used to start watching that. I go, what is this guy doing? Why is he tearing everything completely out? Well, there's a reason for that, because it just makes life easier. So here's what I had to do to get that to go in there, because it's not going to fit when you're up against the solid surface here and an immovable surface where the pipe is in the ground. Right here to here. So I had to overcut this concrete and the wall a little bit there, stud. Get that to where it fits just like so. And now that guy is exactly where I want it. All right, our next fun project, getting the tub drain together. So I use some plumber's putty, just roll around in my hands.
You need my hand?
Nope. String it around there. And it's plastic, so you gotta be careful trying to thread this in there without cross threading. Yeah. That center piece didn't come out for my tool to work. There's a tool to go down in here and tighten that up. I must have tightened it too tight. Okay, can't use the old-fashioned tools on this anymore. This has little flats there that you can tighten it up with. Then the key is not tightening it too tight because you'll smash that rubber out of there. Now there's a good comment for the viewers. Which do you like, the orange store or the blue store? Well, not that close. But yeah, these you just... Well, that's a big win. I'm thrilled to death. That all just fits. Like, just fit. Can't even get the camera in there, but at any rate, left me enough room just to get my hands in there to get at the nuts and tighten them down. Our layout, we got our tub all secured. We made another little partition wall here. We turned it this way because she wants little shelves put in here, so that'll give her some space for that. And I put my cabinets where they belong so that I can see where to put my light above the mirror. And I was doing my GFI here. I actually have there was a circuit coming up over there, so I brought that in. And one thing I wanted to show you guys on these GFIs, line and then load. So as you see, I marked that in. It's very important that you know what power is coming in and what power is going out if you want to make GFI down the road, like, you know, piggyback them one after another. So here's my power in. My power in is going to go on line. That's always where your power in goes, is line. So if it was just one GFI, the line would go here and that would be it. But if you didn't want the other outlets to be GFI'd, then you can use the other holes, because you see there's 2 holes in there. So that would mean that the rest of the outlets would not be GFI'd. But if you want to make everything downstream GFI'd, this is my line out, and it's going to be GFI'd, it's under load. So that way, if this thing pops, because I'm going to have a light over here and a fan, so I wanted to wire that up to a GFI. So basically, then my light switch is going to be GFI'd. So that way everything in this bathroom is going to be GFI'd. And that's the safest way to do a bathroom anyway, is have it all GFI. It's either that or I'd have to go get a GFI breaker and put in the panel, but this way I can control this bathroom just off of that. Normally, if you're running everything in a new house, you kind of separate your lights and your outlets. But in this case, this is just a downstairs bathroom, so we're okay doing it this way. So since we're talking about GFIs, I'll just show you how I do my grounds with these greenies. Slip that on there. But anyway, I had a call from my buddy Jeff, who has that place up there in Conneaut. One building got hit by lightning, and here it blew a couple light bulbs out. And unfortunately, that's all that was. But then a couple of the GFIs in the house weren't working anymore. So he called me and he goes, "What do you think it is?" And I said, "What's it doing?" And he was like, "You can see the red light would come on the GFI, and you try to reset it, and it won't reset." And here, the GFI took the brunt of the electricity from the bolt of lightning, and blew the GFIs out. And we got a spaghetti junction over here. No, it's only not too bad. This is a 12-3 wire, so this way we'll have power in, we'll have light and fan, and then this one will be the sconce light, or whatever we're gonna call it, up here. All right, got our light switches, got our fan, the ceiling light, that sconce lights up. Well, if it had a light there, it has power to it. But this is interesting. So I had to put a couple brackets up for this. You can probably look at this and go, what in the world is that? So this is kind of unique. You got your, drain down there for your tub. You got like a wall of water that comes out right there. That piece over there is for the rain shower head. Let me turn that around and show you. This mounts up here. And there's your rain shower. It actually looks like it has a waterfall slot here as well as all the little holes. I just noticed that. And then it has LED lights in it. And we were wondering, how does the LED lights work on this thing? So they have a little generator built into this thing. Right here. It has a little turbine in there that turns, generates enough electricity to power those LEDs. That's pretty clever. Got your hot and cold, and I was like, oh, we got another line. Well, it's for a shower wand. So you got a wand as well. I actually saw this when Cheryl bought it, and she liked it so much. You bought one for upstairs too, right?
Yeah.
And then you found me one, and I bought one for myself too. These little jets here, yeah, there's little jets all over this thing. Gonna have to figure out how to use this thing. It's high tech. Got 3 different knobs to control it. Anyway, it's pretty slick. Well, this is coming together. So that's what that shower tower, whatever you want to call that thing, looks like. It sits up pretty high off the tub. It's the only thing strange about that. And she bought that for a niche, so we framed that in so that fits in there. And got this framed up so that she can set some shelving. Gonna have about 3 sets of shelves there, and she can get at it from both sides. And then this side here will have a door on it, and so she's putting like, it looked like a wainscot sort of. So we cut the lawn down here. Should be over here, but anyway, we cut that around. That'll give her something to attach. It's basically flooring, and she'll attach it running vertically. And so that'll kind of look like a wainscot, and we'll drywall the top and put a chair rail around it. So it's starting to show some signs of some sort of semblance of order here. Well, look, she's happy. Tired, but happy. All right, till next time.